You've heard what Clawdbot can do, but what does it actually look like when people use it every day? What automations are actually worth setting up? Today we're going beyond the theory. These are 10 real Clawdbot automations that people have built, tested, and can't live without. Let's see what's actually possible. The morning briefing. Let's start with the most popular automation, the morning briefing. Every day at 9 a.m., your Clawdbot messages you with everything you need to know. One user has their bot pull today's calendar from macOS and grab open tasks from Linear, sorted by priority. It checks for urgent emails and delivers everything to Telegram before they've finished their coffee. No apps to open, no dashboards to check. Just a single message waiting for you. Think of it like having a personal assistant who reads through all your stuff overnight and hands you a summary at breakfast. The difference is, this assistant costs a few cents in API calls instead of a salary. The setup uses cron jobs, which are scheduled tasks that run automatically. You tell Clawdbot to wake up at 7 a.m., scan your calendar, check your inbox, and summarize anything urgent. Some users even add a voice summary using 11 labs so they can listen while getting ready. The beauty here is personalization. Maybe you want stock prices. Maybe you want news about specific topics. Maybe you want weather only if it's going to rain. You decide what matters, and Clawdbot delivers exactly that. Inbox 0 on Autopilot email is where Clawdbot really earns its keep. One user asked their bot to unsubscribe from hundreds of unwanted newsletters. It went through their inbox, found every subscription email, and handled the unsubscribe links automatically. But it goes deeper than cleaning up spam. Clawdbot can read your emails, understand context, and take action. Ask it to find your next flight confirmation and check you in for a window seat. It navigates the airline website, fills out the forms, and sends you your boarding pass, all while you're doing something else. Think of this like having an executive assistant who actually reads your mail. You can ask questions like, show me everything from my accountant this month, or draft a polite decline to that meeting request. The AI handles the tedious parts so you can focus on what matters. The Gmail integration uses something called pub/sub. When a new email arrives, it can trigger Clawdbot to analyze it immediately. Urgent. Messages get flagged, newsletters get archived, important replies get drafted and wait for your approval. Natural language finance tracking. Here's one that surprised me. One user does all their accounting in plain text using a tool called HLedger. They have over 7,800 transactions going back to mid-2023, all of it queryable through a simple text message. They just message their Clawdbot asking how much did I spend on restaurants last month. The AI knows where the journal files are, runs the right query, and returns the answer. No app to open, no spreadsheet to navigate. Just a question and an answer. Quick reminder, if you're finding this helpful, that subscribe button helps us make more videos like this. Now, back to the automations. Think of it like having an accountant in your pocket who memorized all your transactions. The skill knows the file format and the query syntax. You speak naturally and get real answers about your money. This works because Clawdbot skills can access local files. Your finance data never leaves your machine, no cloud. Service sees your transactions. You get the convenience of AI with the privacy of local storage. Smart home, without the smart speaker. Forget memorizing specific voice commands. Clawdbot connects to Home Assistant and lets you control everything in plain English. Turn off the lights in the living room. Set the thermostat to 68 when I leave for work. Close the garage door if it's been open more than 30 minutes. You describe what you want, and Clawdbot figures out how to make it happen. One user integrated their entire setup through a single Telegram chat. Smart plugs, thermostats, lights, even their security cameras. They control it all by texting their AI like they'd text a friend. Think of it like having a butler who knows your house perfectly. Instead of learning which app controls which device, you just describe your intent. The butler handles the rest. The Home Assistant skill is available on Claude Hub. It connects to your existing setup and exposes all your devices to natural language control. Complex conditional logic that would confuse Alexa becomes a simple sentence to Clawdbot. The rebuild your website. Workflow. This one blew my mind. A user rebuilt their entire website through Telegram while watching Netflix in bed. They migrated 18 blog posts from Notion to Astro, moved their DNS to Cloudflare, and deployed the whole thing. Never open their laptop. This works because Clawdbot has browser automation skills. It can control a headless Chrome browser, fill out forms, navigate websites, and even use your logged-in sessions. You describe what you want done, and the AI figures out the clicks and keystrokes. Think of it like describing a task to a very capable intern. You say migrate my blog posts from Notion to the new Astro site. The AI opens both platforms, copies content, formats it correctly, and handles the technical details. For developers, this means you can ship code changes, run deployments, and manage infrastructure from your phone. One user manages their NixOS server entirely through text messages. They say add a new container for X, and Clawdbot edits the config and runs the rebuild. Proactive alerts and monitoring. Most AI assistants wait for you to ask. Clawdbot can message you first. Stock price hit your target? You get a message. Weather looks bad for your commute? You get a warning. Important email from your boss? Flagged immediately. You set up monitoring rules using cron jobs. Every hour, check if any stocks in my watch list move more than 5%. Every morning, check if rain is forecast during my commute. Every time an email arrives from certain senders, let me know immediately. Think of it like having a watchdog that knows exactly what you care about. You define the triggers, you define the actions. Clawdbot handles the monitoring 24/7 without you thinking about it. One user has alerts for server health, calendar conflicts, and even when their favorite restaurant posts a new menu. The key is these aren't generic notifications. They're customized to your exact priorities and interests. The self-building sees. Don't skills. Here's something wild. Clawdbot can teach itself new abilities. One user wanted their bot to create videos using Sora. They didn't have a skill for that, so they just asked. 5 minutes later, Clawdbot had figured out the API, handled watermark removal, and built a complete workflow from scratch. Another user wanted to integrate their Todoist tasks. They described what they wanted in a Telegram chat, and Clawdbot created a custom skill on its own. No coding required on the user's part. Think of it like hiring an employee who trains themselves. They encounter something new, figure it out, and add it to their capabilities. The next time you ask, they already know how. This works because Clawdbot can write and save TypeScript code. When it encounters a new task, it can research the API, write the integration, test it, and save it as a reusable skill. Your assistant gets smarter the more you use it. The WhatsApp Memory Vault 1 startup connected their entire WhatsApp history to Clawdbot. We're talking over 1,000 voice messages spanning 2 years of business decisions. The AI transcribed everything, cross-referenced it with their Git commits, and generated a searchable knowledge base. Now they can ask questions like, what did we decide about the pricing model in that call with investors? Clawdbot searches through all those voice messages, finds the relevant conversation, and gives them the answer with context. No more he said, she said debates about past decisions. Think of this like having perfect memory of every conversation you've ever had. No more trying to remember what was said in that meeting 3 months ago. No more digging through chat histories. You ask, and the AI remembers. This works because Clawdbot stores memories as markdown files, similar to an Obsidian vault. Everything is searchable, portable, and under your control. The AI builds connections between information over time. Your institutional knowledge grows automatically. The multi-agent orchestra. Let's zoom out to the power users. Some people run multiple Clawdbot instances across different machines. One user has 3 agents on 3 separate devices that can actually SSH into each other and coordinate repairs. When something breaks on one machine, another agent notices, connects, diagnoses the problem, and either fixes it or alerts the user with a detailed report. That's approaching what some people call almost AGI territory. Self-healing infrastructure managed by AI. Think of it like having a team of specialists who communicate with each other. Your home server agent talks to your work machine agent. Your phone agent coordinates between them. They solve problems together without you being the bottleneck. This works because Clawdbot sessions can communicate and share context. Each agent has its own skills and access, but they can collaborate on complex tasks. Your AI workforce scales with your needs. Start with one agent and add more as you find. New use cases. the future that's already here. What we're seeing with these automations is a fundamental shift in how we interact with AI. Instead of you going to the AI comes to you. It lives in your messaging apps, it remembers your preferences, it reaches out proactively when something needs attention. The really exciting part is that this is all open source. The community has built over 40 skills on Claude Hub. New features land almost daily. If you can describe what you want, someone has probably already built it. And if they haven't, Clawdbot might be able to build it for you. If you want to learn more about how Clawdbot actually works under the hood, check out our video on the architecture and setup. I'll link it right here. Thanks for watching, and remember, the AI assistant you've been waiting for isn't coming from Apple or Google. It's coming from the open source community, and it's already here.